Hello everybody, Glitch Reaper here. I'm back for some more Thaumic Resurgence 2, and I've kind of been going pretty heavy on it because, again, well, kind of current events have made things where I need to do a little bit of other things, but admittedly, just in terms of going with it, I would kind of like to do more of this series here and there, so I might just kind of go bonus session with this a bit more. I mean, I know I'm going to be working on my skyblock and all that, but there's just something about this that's really got me. It's just like I'm finally really truly hyped to do serious thaumaturgy. So yeah, and of course there's more to it than just that. I mean, I've done like a ton of progress, as you can see, just lots and lots of entries. I've got over 62% fundamentals. Oromancy's going to take a while, but 47% ain't half bad. Alchemy, I've got it 95%, which is ridiculous. Artifice, the same. Arcane Infusion's over 58, and that's pretty good progress, seeing how I haven't been getting as many theories of Arcane Infusion as I'd like to. Goldomancy's at 68%, despite the fact there's still plenty of things I'd like to grab in there. And these are at like various levels of the add-ons. Planar Artifice is a pretty good wave at 68%, and Rustic Thaumaturgy at 81. Pretty surprising there. I'm halfway through with Thaumic Conditions already. Thaumic Bases is at 87%. Thaumic Brewing, I really should do more brews so that I can get those researches done, because the research is mostly based in turning in regular potions, because it's all about brewing regular potions but using the alchemy system of Thaumcraft to do it. Blade, I'm still not sure how this is at 65% with all those entries left. Periphery is at 50%. Thaumic Wonders 37 is nice. Thaumic Restorations I've got at 95%, which is fairly impressive. So I've made a lot of progress, just brute forcing it with the research system. I mean, just a lot. And I found out, yes, you can use a runic matrix as a focus for your research. So you go into the interface and you have different things you can use as a focus to help you out. That is one of them. I should probably make another crucible and just put it nearby again. That would be kind of a good thing to do, because that gives you a focus on alchemy. I'm going to do that right now. So it doesn't have to be one that's got like any actual like power behind it or anything. It just needs to kind of be there and within a range. I'm trying to, I'm curious how much vertical this has. Like, will it detect it from here? No, it will not. That's kind of interesting. So if I put that here, can I still, okay, it counts as a partial block, so I can have it on top there. And I know that the runic matrix is in range. Yeah, there we go. I have an additional focus now. So that's really good. I don't know if there's, I know there's some other things that can count, and I'd like to check out more about that, but I mean, just out of curiosity, and just think about it. I decided to put my enchantment table in here, and I didn't know at the time that it counted as a focus, so for me that was a pleasant surprise, that since I was concentrating on this being my magic room, putting my enchantment system in here, and it just all worked out. I knew you could do it with bookshelves, but I totally forgot about enchantment table. So that just popped up. I'm like, oh, I can double focus between these two things and get more infusion-based stuff. So that's handy. And I am wondering if I can redirect a few of these other things to do that as well. And that really helped me brute force my way through, so I totally suggest it. That is very, very useful. Now, as for other things, I've got a couple other things I'm going to do and show off that I found out in between. Apparently, just about any slash blade defaults to the anonymity nameless in terms of if you put it in through your transmutation system. Because check this out. There's only one entry in here. It is the anonymity nameless. And I put in a totally different sword. I think I put in a rust blade, and that comes out. So for a backup weapon, whenever I'm going to do my thing while I'm out, I'm definitely going to take that with me. I may actually just kind of put this to the side here, because I'm going to need to have at least a little bit of space ready. And I might want to go and grab my shield. I had some things in my my chest here. So, yeah. Because remember, I had to drop off a lot of things pretty fast. So that was kind of the result. It's just random stuff. But I'm going to do something that I haven't done for quite some time, so I want to be kind of prepared for it. And remember, I lose a lot of my cool special bonuses if I either have like armor on, like my movement-based stuff, or if I have a weapon, my fists won't be able to do everything. So it has to be kind of interesting whenever you're a monk that you kind of got to be as de-equipped as possible. And that reminds me, I need to put back on my golden feather. That thing is interesting. It lets you float, so but at the same time I kind of needed to make a few dive bomb attacks while I was doing stuff in between, because to get one of the things you have to do something kind of funny. And being a monk really helps because you can negate a lot of fall damage. But you take any of these vis crystals, you throw it down, and you fall on it from a great height. And you have a chance of it turning into vis salt. And that's part of how you do your research in Thaumic additions, and later this becomes like stuff that you can actually use with things. Like you can actually use it to flavor food, which is just kind of a cool little addition. It's very thematic because it's a kind of salt. And apparently every aspect has its own flavor and thing that it does. Although I wasn't entirely able to figure out what it did whenever I salted one of my gelatinous slime drops with it, because I was just having a little jello, and I'm not sure if it really like boosted the time or not, or did anything in particular. So I'm not entirely sure if that was doing... Oh yeah, I have these things in here. But I'm not entirely sure if that did anything in particular. But it is kind of chance-based at first, and that led me up to finding out that I'm going to need to do some serious infusion stuff eventually, and that's going to help me get more of a lot of things, including more of this, because there's a way to automate this process, but you need to do a big infusion to get the machine for it. So yeah, that's going to be a pretty big issue that I'm probably going to do a whole episode on, just doing crazy infusion stuff. But I'd rather do a big exploration thing now, because I think I have enough experience built back up, and I burnt through a ton of it with my research, and also a good chunk of EMC too, because sometimes you use up items completely, and you'll also burn levels to do some forms of research that give you pretty significant bonuses. So if you're willing to make the trade and or have resources, then it's fine, and ignore that whole sound thing. It never really means it. See? There's nothing back there. But anyhow, as I was saying, so I'm just giving a few tips as to how to brute force through here. And did I forget and put a bookshelf back there? I guess I did at some point. Oh well, it looks kind of nice behind it anyhow. But yeah, I'm going to do a few things, and I'm going to go into that big desert place that has the convergence of all that stuff. And I have been finding out some interesting bugs with the equipment system that I'm going to have to tell the Lycanite about pretty soon. Because some of them were a little weird, and it's one of the reasons why I don't have my Sudamaru tail that I really wanted. Because putting it in my inventory caused weird things to happen, and kind of made it so that I couldn't really play, because it kind of made a weird crash and removed it from my inventory. So every time I got one, it didn't work out, so I've given up on the Sudamaru tail. For now. Later on, we'll see, and I'll tell him to see if he can update. But I'm making myself a new kind of specialized spear. So it will have as a base, we have a Zaffin spine, which adds the penetration debuff on targets. It also adds both a head and a pommel slot, and not all bases do this, I've observed. So just so you know, if when you're sorting through, that's how it happens. Also note that each of these components can be crafted into another kind of resource if you need to, so that's one way to burn down the numbers you have and concentrate only on getting the ones that you want. So that's something you can do. But yeah, this one adds both a head and a pommel, and it gives penetration. So that means any kind of damage on the enemy will be amplified, because they'll just take more damage individually. Got an Astaroth Claw. It adds Wither effect to the target, and a Pike slot, which for the Pike slot itself, I'm using a Geonox Spear, which it adds resistance to yourself as you're attacking. It also harvests as a pickaxe, which I find interesting. And that's the thing about Lycanite's equipment system is a lot of these things will be able to have various harvest levels of doing different things. Like some will harvest as pickaxes, some will act as swords, etc. Like this one harvests as a sword, uh, and etc. But they're not actually classed as those kinds of equipment. So this isn't classed as a sword, and that'll lead to something interesting I'll show you in just a second. So I've got the ability to make myself more resistant, make the enemy take more damage and wither, which might combo into the withering effect, dealing more damage than usual. And I've got a Djinn Cloud as a pommel because that's all I've got access to for pommels right now. Because I can fight a lot of Djinn because they're always up in the air, but I can't seem to find anything else that I can get as a pommel for this time. So this is just kind of the local resource, but it's a good pommel because it adds levitation on attack and it might summon a Djinn. So there is that. So this will be my new special pike. I also found out that if you leave the parts in there, it'll look like they're left in there, but if you go away and come back, they might not be there anymore, so I've had to replenish a few things. And of course I need to possibly give this thing a name. Let's just see how this looks. Oh yeah. That's a good poker. Oh man, that looks very painful, and my enemies are going to despair over this one. Luckily, it doesn't take very much experience to name a weapon, so I think I'll still have enough to make the transition after this. So I will give this a name. I originally had something really cool in mind. I'm trying to remember if it was like Sky Piercer or something like that, but I don't think that's gonna be it. Sky Wrecker. I mean, it does involve a Djinn pommel, but it will also fling enemies upwards. So Sky Wrecker. Sky Wrecker will be a good name for this one. So me and Sky Wrecker here will have a good time. And yeah, since it only cost 1 level, I think I'll have enough left over. But I'll need to rest up first. And yeah, in case you're wondering about the even better matter, I have made red matter and promoted my my energy collector into a Mark III. It was a pretty significant chunk of my EMC to do that because red matter is expensive compared with how much I have access to right now. Obviously that changes over time, but again, I tend to be a little more spendy when it comes to Project E than most. Hi. Help me test something here. Wow, that dealt a lot of damage. I got a good refund on my EMC because that was totally gas tears. That was totally gas tears, so that's at least a little more than an anvil worth that I had spent that I'm getting back. So that's good. Did I get any? Yeah, I got Doomfire charges, so. And it's going in here. Okay, the blaze powder is fine. Everything else is good. So, yeah. It's always lucky whenever I get a Caco Demon in there to take out because they have very expensive drops. Have I scanned a gas tier yet? I think I have. Yeah. Just trying to remember. Okay, because I'm going to go into an area where it's going to be a pretty big rumble, and I think I have enough points to do this. As I may mention before, this book is awesome, but it does have the trade-off of requiring experience to travel. So whenever I use this book and go to Desert Convergence, it'll cost me a good chunk of my experience. Wow, that was just about everything perfectly. This thing has a hard thing with landing you. I mean, seriously, I always have to seem to fly a little bit to correct. But anyhow, the thing is, there's a lot of cool buildings around here. And you know what? I'm going to try to see if I can do something special, because I know I can dual wield. But can I activate the special ability of one? Oh yeah. Okay, so you attack with the one in your main hand, and use the special ability if you've got an activated ability, the one in your offhand. That's, uh-oh. What the? I'm gonna have to do something later. Actually, I might need to do something right now. Give me a second to take it. I just love how they float away. It's just like the shulking ability from Tinker's Construct, only better. I really do enjoy that. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, I had to take care of something. It's kind of a little building up thing, but I have taken care of it. It was a bit sad what I had to do, but at the same time, seeing how things go, I think it kind of gave me a sign to remind myself not to be a video hoarder. So, yeah. Okay, now that is not the initial building we need, as I'm going to try to keep in mind. Oh, there's an Aerosaur. There. Oh, it's a baby Aerosaur. I'll just leave it there. It's just being cute. Okay, but I'm trying to look around for a very particular arrangement. And it'll be around here somewhere, because I've seen it in the vicinity. And it kind of looks a bit like a circle of stones, with a staircase in the middle that's diving into the earth. Or, well, deep into the ground. But if I find it, I'll definitely know that it's the right spot, because that's how you initiate getting your... Ah, there it is. That looks about right. That's how you initiate getting your research done in Afraid of the Dark. So I gotta make sure that that's working in... Oh, chicken. I'm needing to... Uh-oh. I might not want to activate that offhand yet. Oh, I was trying to hit the grass and I smacked the chicken. I'm trying to scan you, chicken. Let me scan you. Let me scan you, or you might wind up dying very quickly. Because these fists are just too powerful. I mean, it's saying that I need to scan you. Oh, that was rather sudden. Did I scan the chicken or not? I'm having issues scanning this little chicken. Can you, please? Maybe it's scanning creatures in general that's having an issue. But that doesn't make sense. Or maybe it's just left sparkling even if I've scanned them. That would make a lot more sense. Extra seeds. Okay. Yeah, I'll just toss a few things in here for later processing. Because I'm going to need to dive into this whole event and... Whoa! Yeah, should have been paying attention to that too. Okay. I mean, you're sparkling. Can I scan a sheep? Why can't I scan animals? It's like, that's very bizarre. I'm finding that very disorientating. Oh my gosh. Stuffed Bonanza in general. Tropical Drone. Vampire Book. Ancient Writing. Elder. Silver. More Jasper. Might as well just group that. Blood Bottle. If you want to be a vampire in my mod pack, you could totally do that. I'm just not in the mood to be roasted by the sun every time. Slime Cube worth a ton. Oh my gosh. Helmet of Swiftness. That seems cool. Tropical Drone. Ancient Knowledge. Do I have my... Yeah, I have that. Okay. So that is worth so much. I'm gonna have to figure out why. I have a feeling there's probably a nether star or something stupidly expensive involved. Because that's a very high value off the bat. I mean, seriously, that is kind of crazy. Yep, lag spike. It happens. Yeah, I mean, seriously, that's kind of insane. Okay. So I'm getting at least some structure luck here. Sword of Dodge. Okay. Gives you dodge. It's nice to know. Biome Crystal. Ether Highlands. Huh. I forgot that whenever you found those, it could be from all over the place. More silver. You. Hey, you. Uh, New Savannah convert. Okay, I think that's the giraffe. Black Lotus. Vampire Fangs. Book Origins of Darkness. Okay, I don't have to make the book myself. I'm trying to remember if I already have or not. Another Ender book. Chest plate of swiftness. A sword of dash. It's a pretty good skill. Mushroom forest biome crystal. Okay, it's a good thing those stack. Uh, okay, those stack. My gosh, this is just insane. Black Lotus, I know that stacks. Fire charm. My secondary inventory is going to have a seriously bad day. Do I already have an antidote charm on? No, I don't. I think I'll just leave that in because that seems to be a good idea. Fire charm. I'm already kind of fire resistant due to my monk abilities. Ender orb. One use big capsule. Sometimes I'm wondering about these capsule names. But still, oh my gosh. I mean, seriously, this is just ridiculous. So I have got a ton of nice stuff in a very fast period of time. And I'm not sure what to think about that level of loot. It's kind of a little intense. But some of this is going to need to be cycled specially later. Because it's at the level of already kind of crazy. I'll keep those in there because I'm going to be grabbing more. Origins of Darkness? Okay. I have 2 Ender books. I think one of them I'll recycle for EMC. Because I think just one can have like a very large number of locations. So I don't think I'll need to worry about that anytime soon. And just the fact we have an environmental accumulator around in this area is very nice because it's good to break one that you're not going to be like using locally. Hi, Kobold. Let me scan you in the other way. And let me just punch you because for some odd reason defeating you gives me information. It's kind of a good thing. So don't worry about it. Okay, if I'm not going to be able to scan animals properly, I'm going to have to go down here. Okay, so let's dual wield some bizarre weapons. So we got Skywrecker and Theurge's Wood. And let's see what this can do. So I remember these structures. I remember they can get a little intense, and I know that I've been on the surface way too long, and so things have probably spawned like crazy. That works. Let's light them up. Yeah, I remember this. Of course, it's a little more intense in both directions. I don't even know what that was, but I roasted it. Pretty sure that may have been a werewolf. Memory serves right. Okay, need to back up. Oh, I didn't collect any of the bones? No wonder they kept coming back. Gotta collect the bones or they regroup. Remember that part? Carrying the flavor of a fallen friend, I see that. Must collect the bones. I remember these guys like to reassemble. Okay. Okay, just need a little combat healing. It's a good thing I'm a monk. But this won't work against everything, because, as you know, there are probably skeletons lying about somewhere. And, oh, wait, there's Podzol. That's right. I need to scan that somehow. Also. Okay. Smashed right through that. Broadcast blast. Yeah, let's just roast everything. Okay, that was... You know, I might want to take out the spawner, because I am going to be able to get more of these guys just from their bones. I am hitting a pretty wide area whenever I punch smash. Feel like the Hulk? I know I do. Kind of. Yeah, but because these aren't classed as weapons properly, you can actually use monk abilities with them. That's one of the things I wanted to show off with this, is I can smash things just as effectively as whenever I have an empty hand. Oh wait, that's right, this pike harvest as a... you know, I think they're synergizing. I think the fact that this harvests as a pickaxe and my powerful fists are synergizing together. I think that's what's going on here. Also, I'm going to get a nifty sword here. Another rust blade. Oh wow, this one's special. That's good. Any more of you? Any more? Because I'd like to have a snack. Okay. I think I defeated all of the spawners. So, let's see if I can scan some Podzol. I was able to scan some Podzol, because I needed to scan that for things. Now, getting it later is going to be different because I'm going to have to Silk Touch. So I might have to arrange a few things with Tinkers. Or otherwise. Oh yeah, we're back to the old days of immense loot from this mod. Ooh, that's one of the things I'm after. Bloodstained Journal. That was only my second chest. That's awesome. It does have aspects on things that are based on regular materials, so that's nice to know. At least it's working out the way you'd expect it to. Oh, there's more than one. More than one. Do I really need a backup copy? You know, I think I'll leave this in here, and in a very obvious location. There's tons of backup copies. That's kind of good if you're playing multiplayer. Is that... No, I have scanned that somehow before. Okay. Okay, I'm getting loaded. Quick note, what was the button I was using for backpack? Yeah, it was B for backpack. I guessed that just right off the bat. Sweet. Okay. So I have... How did I get cobblestone stairs? Did I... Oh yeah, I smashed things. That's what's been going on. Some zombie brains, boots and things. Apparently, yeah, I was doing a lot of Botanian here. Okay, so let me see. Is there anything else I can... Hi, more bones. Nice to see you. Yeah, this brings up an interesting point. Does this... This does not scan. It does not scan. Okay. Note taken. Wow. I think David really upped the frequency of the books. Oh, did I accidentally break one that had one in? I think I did. I did not see it in time. So that is what happened there. But yeah, there's a lot of things in the mod that's been restored and some things going to be changed. So whenever I get more into Afraid of the Dark over time, it's going to be pretty cool. I mean, remember how it was before, anybody? Well, we're going to be doing that again and seeing what's changed in the meantime. So yeah. glad I cleared out all the... Okay, maybe there's some caves nearby. Because it sounds like some Lycanites mobs are nearby. There is so much stuff. Like, seriously. This mod has always been great for collecting EMC when you need it. Oh boy. I need to throw more things in the backpack again. This is whenever I wonder, is there ever such a thing as having too much storage space? Wait, I also have access to an intersac, which I have not used much of at all. So let's start using that. And when did I get an emerald? Did I defeat a creature for that, or did it just mysteriously show up in my inventory? Because I'm pretty sure I probably beat up a creature for it. Just not 100% sure. Oh, wait. Oh, that's interesting. I thought I spotted that. As long as you're holding the ender bag open, you shoot flames. So you could actually keep a creature from attacking in front of you while you're putting stuff in it. So that's actually kind of useful. I mean, it's not just I mean, it's kind of just a random thing, I know, but that is absurdly useful synergy right there. So yeah, go ahead and have a usable Lycanites item, or specifically a weapon tool in your offhand, like I've made here, and you will be able to make sure that things stay away from you while you're working with your stuff, especially if it's something like a backpack or something like that. I think it's because it has to remain open. Okay, now where was the way up? Originally I was thinking of using my my slash blade, but these two weapons together worked pretty well anyhow. And they are completely custom, and you know, I could probably just do the old spiral step to get up here. In flight mode, because monk. Oh, and I'm trying to remember how you pronounce this. And a random spider. Spider is just random. It has nothing to do with anything else. Oh, I got his arm. Sweet. Adds a plague. This one's at level 2 out of 3. What would I get if I were to burn this off? Slime balls. Okay. Nice to know. I have access to plenty of string. I mean, well, actually, I'd get slime balls from this. So, if I need that, let me just throw things in the bag again. Because apparently that's what I'm doing. I have so many bones. How much is a stack each? Oh, 9,000? Yeah, I'm gonna... Whoa. Why did that just fly out and die? Gotcha. Yeah, it's a good thing that I have access to these spells, because I can use them to get those spirits. So I can get ectoplasm anytime I'd like. Okay, where was the other slime ball, or did I pick it up? I picked it up. Okay, so I got that. Okay, so it's time to probably... Well, I might stay in the area. No, I need to drop off way too much stuff. Okay, let me find a good spot to rest, at least. A verdant kobold. Okay, bet that one could steal a lot of stuff for me. Oh, and these leaves appear to be glowing, so scan. Of course, this is a savannah. I haven't really scanned the trees that much, so allow me to scan some acacia. Okay, maybe I did scan the wood already. I just didn't scan the leaves. Fair enough. Okay, I'll be back to that part, but it's time to do this. If I can. Oh, okay. Whew. It just had a weird lag spike there. Okay, as before, you have to sign the journal in blood to begin your research. What have I done? Apparently, I've gotten Unbreakable Covenant and have unlocked the research for crossbow automatically. course, now we actually have crossbows in 1.14. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, it's actually kind of a similar recipe. Not exactly, but I mean, kind of. I mean, they're both fairly logical, so yeah. If I remember right, the crossbows around here aren't quite the same. Let me throw a few bones down to complete that research, because I remember I got to do that. So, oh boy, absolute ton of stuff still is a problem. So, yeah, okay. Save the ecto. Cooked mutton. I mean, the sheep must be honored. Okay. So let's throw a few bones out. Not too many. 12 ought to do it. They gotta be close whenever it happens. After I've already started the research. That was new. A kobold stole the bones, so I couldn't do the research. There's a complication I hadn't thought of before. Okay, okay, you got me. And what's this? Coquina from Bewitchment? We? Wow. This place is just worth all sorts of interesting goodies. Whatever this stuff is, I'm taking it. Because it says it's new and is apparently possibly useful. So I'll remember to come back into this convergence, because maybe it just comes along the beach. Oh. You can definitely brew stuff with it. It's apparently used in the new version of distilling. And it does have a little more attributes than your regular rock. It has an armor attribute. Interesting. Okay, but before that happens, I need to observe the skeletons rising again, so let me have you off at the side here and do take two. Oh, they actually have Thaumcraft aspects. That was classic. Okay, the Blade of Exhumation is now researched. It has the ability to let you kind of stop them from doing that. It's slightly expensive in some ways, but it will prevent them from doing that same trick. But it also makes them drop way more bones. So you can use it to grind them like crazy. Like you smash through a bunch of them, then you toss the extra bones and you can get more. So you can use it as an eternal bone farm. So as long as I have these enchanted skeleton bones, I can forever farm them for experience and their drops. And the Blade of Exhumation makes sure that they drop enough to resurrect whenever I choose to do so later. So that is definitely a thing. For now, I'll probably rebase and then come back. Wow, I actually have got a lot of experience from biting around there. So, yeah, and actually, since I have the ability to repair that blade in other ways, I might be able to use it just infinitely, so I might make myself a little farm for him or something. That would be cool. But yeah, I'll be having to drop off a lot of stuff and sort through a few things. But for now, I guess I'll be logging off. But this is just a great spot for structures. So I'll definitely be coming around here and just checking out everything because it's awesome. So I'll be logging off for now. Hope to hear from y'all later. And bye for now, everybody.